Okay, in the next step, this will be video 7, we're going to use the syllabus to set up the structure of the modules page. And generally I start by just naming all the modules, and so to do that we're going to go all the way down to the instructors module, and we're going to get to this outline page. And I can just take this right here, copy, and I'm going to go over here and edit week 1. I'm going to always include a colon. I want these to be consistent, so colon, space, or it should say week 1. And then paste what's there. And since it kind of has 2 topics, I'm going to put a hyphen, this, whatever that is, there. So now we're going to save that. We got week 1 done. We're going to quickly go through and create all of the titles of the modules. And for this, I'm going to go ahead and do 1 more and then pause while I finish this up. So there's week 3. I'm going to pause while I finish up naming all the modules. Okay, all of the modules have been set up. In this particular case, we know that week 12 is spring break this year, and this is an older module, an older syllabus, so I just put the AC and other trends in week 11 and spring break in week 12. So now I'm going to kind of go through and try to get the right things in the right weeks. So we know in our first thing we did an article review for week 3. We saw that in the syllabus for that in the Blackboard course. So I've gone ahead and set this up so we know that week 1 in the Blackboard course has a weekly introduction and a week 1 introduction quiz. So we will go ahead and add the week 1 quiz. We'll just go ahead and add it to the module. There it is, week 1 introduction quiz. Notice that this week 1 introduction quiz, I don't like inconsistencies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit, and I'm going to have to go back later and add instructions and the formatting to this, but for now I'm just going to add the colon and call it introduction quiz. And then let's see what's in week 2 according to the Blackboard course. There's a week 2 quiz, so we'll add week 2 quiz to this course, and we'll update the formatting to add the colon because we want everything to be consistent. Week 3, we know there's a week 3 quiz, add. And I'm going to pause while I add the rest of the quizzes. Okay, so I'm going to come back later and add so these quizzes are here and they're set up properly in the module. but I'll come back later, and if I open just the first one, there's no directions, there's no nothing in here, there's no due dates, there's no nothing in here. So we'll come back later, and all at one time we'll fix all the quizzes at once and add the formatting to the quizzes. But for now, we're just we're setting up the structure of the modules. So now we're going to go ahead and close this, and just take a quick look at week. Let's look at week 1. This is week 3. Where is week 2? I'm going to open up week 2 and move it down here. Okay. So week 2 basically is just like week 1. It has the readings chapter, which we'll add later. We're going to do the readings and materials after we set up the structure of the course. So next is week 3. Readings, materials, all of this stuff, and a quiz. So we know the only thing that we have in week 3 other than that we know of well, actually we do know of something that's in every week for every chapter. And so we'll talk about that in a minute. There are the COPs that are due every week. Week 4 is a quiz. Week 5 has a quiz. And the rest of this is readings and materials. Week 6, readings and materials and a quiz. It's a strange looking quiz to me. Week 7, discussion questions. Looks like that we need to put a discussion in week 7. In week 8, this must you're following current policy. So this looks like some sort of an assignment. Week 9, week 10. Some sort of assignment here. Okay, so now we know we've got all the quizzes in. The one thing that we're going to do is we're going to open up, we've looked here for week 11, and it says ACA trends and the midterm. So now we know we want to add the midterm to week 11. So you got to kind of hunt and peck around to find everything. And so that's what we're doing. And then let's do the open week 10. This looks like some sort of paper that we're going to be doing. And so that's week 10. Let's open up week 11, week 12. And there is nothing showing up in week 15. That's interesting. But it says that we have a week 15 in the syllabus. So this course is not totally jiving. So we're going to do the best we can and send it off to the instructor for corrections. So, okay. Final assignments. You have to create a final project and PowerPoint. Let's go, now that we've done that, let's go over to the assignments, which is, I hate this. So week 1, chapter 1. So these are chapter outlines, article review. Let's open up week 4, see what it actually says. Oh, it doesn't even really say anything here. So we're gonna have to come up with directions for the weekly outlines, which I think are in the syllabus. So in week 4, they do a local government meeting reflection. 5 is an outline, chapter 6 is an outline, 7, blah, blah, blah. Cumulative paper and PowerPoint. So it kind of looks like we have what I think rather than call it week 2, chapter 1, I am going to call it, I'm going to go way up to week 2, and I'm going to insert an assignment in here that we have set up. We have a, we'll use this article review and make a copy of it. So we'll duplicate that, and then we'll remove the article review. Okay. So we're going to open up this article review, and we'll call it, we'll call it chapter, chapter 1 outline. Okay. And somewhere, either in the syllabus or somewhere, it talks about chapter outline. So we're going to go run that down. See if we can't find some sort of information to put in the they're here. Outline, summarize. Okay, so we're going to copy this and put it for this assignment. I'm going to put a little introduction because I'm going to copy this and change it. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to create directions, and then I will just duplicate this chapter 1 outline however many times I need to. So I'm going to say download the, and remember when we put in the chapter outline form, so to go ahead and put a link here to that so that they have a link to it every week. We're going to go to files and student files, and then we'll find chapter outline template. So we're going to ask them to download the chapter outline template. That's number 1. And then I don't really know what this looks like, so I'm going to go ahead and open it up just so I can kind of give good directions to there. All right, that's not it. Something else I had open. Is it opening up? Go to, I'm going to go ahead and pause while that opens up. So because I have the preview open, I can see that this is a chapter outline. It's an introduction, topics of interest, role, insert chapter title, conceptualization of blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to just use this as a, as kind of a, keep it in the back of my mind when I build my instructions. So back over here, download the chapter outline. And then I'm going to say, follow the outline in the template to summarize each assigned reading. Okay. Next, it's going to say include at least 3 additional professional resources for each COP. And I don't know what this means, but I'll just include it here. And listed at the end of the outline. Oh, I don't think we need the word and. Listed at the end of the outline. And then include, so I'm going to just go like this. Include a brief reflection at the end of each COP. There you go. This is going to be the directions for all of them. They are worth 15, I think they're worth like a point, but I need to look and see how many there are. So we'll go back here. One through 14. So there's 14 of them. And what does it say this section is worth? %. Let's go back into our Blackboard course. So this is the part that gets tricky. So there's a chapter 1, chapter 2, week 3, chapter 3. And what is it saying in the syllabus? Chapter 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so there is a article review in week 3. Let's look at the syllabus again. Week 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so I'm going to make these worth a point. And then I'm going to tell the instructor that things just didn't add up. So I don't know. So there is a discrepancy between what she's saying they're going to be doing and what's in here. So so I'm going to have to do my best on setting this up, and they're going to have to come back in and talk about how it's going to work. So I'm going to just make these worth a point, and I'm going to add a new group called chapter outlines. Okay, I'm adding that group. File upload, and then if there is a due date here, the end of week 1, if the week starts on Saturday, on Sunday the 3rd of January, then 1/9 is the due date. Due dates for health sciences are always on Saturday at 11:59 p.m. So this will be the 9th at 11:59 p.m. and I'll save and publish. So I have the first one. Now if I go back over here to modules, I can just go in and week 2. All right, this goes up to there, chapter 1 outline. Have to add back the article review in week 3. I'm not even sure if that's gonna be true because she doesn't show it here, even though I see it elsewhere. So we'll just have to see. Maybe this is a 1 point. Okay, so at this point, I'm probably not going to work in the modules. I may actually go over to assignments. It's a good time to talk about the assignments page because sometimes when you're building things that go into modules, it's a little easier to go ahead and do it from the assignments page. So this quiz probably will get deleted, but let's just take a quick look and see what the instructions say. I'm going to update this, the chapter readings, period. And 60 minutes to complete, that seemed to be true. I'm going to delete this because that's really not true. And they do allow multiple attempts, and it's 60 minutes. And I am not going to let students see the correct answers. The instructor can tell me differently. And oh, wait, all I'm doing here, sorry, is getting this together. So I'm going to do a Control A, Control C, and then I can kind of throw this away because I have all those ones that I imported in. So I want to go back over to assignments. And actually, I'm going to delete this quiz. And the cool thing about Canvas is that if you delete something, you can get it back. And I'll show you how to do that later if you accidentally delete something. So I'm going to move all the quizzes down to the quiz assignment group. And we may need this assignment group because she has percentages on these things versus actually point values. So we may have to build this to be a percentage course, a grading course, rather than a point value, straight point value course. So the midterm is going to go down in here. Oh, there is a midterm, and we're going to actually delete this because we pulled the midterm over. We'll have to put some formatting in there. I don't believe that we have a final exam. I think there's a final paper, so we'll go ahead and delete that. We can always get it back if we need it. And then chapter outlines are up there. And so I remember I made all those changes in the quiz. I'm going to open up this quiz and edit and paste that stuff that I copied. There it is. And it goes in graded quiz. They have to give it 60 minutes. This is what I started doing before, but I didn't need to do in that one. I was just using it for the directions. And chapter 1 is due the end of week 2, which would be the 16th. This is the end of week 1. So I actually needed to change that. And it would be 11:59 p.m. So there we go. So we've got the directions in there, and we've given it 60 minutes. We can allow multiple attempts. And that's all we need to do here. So that's week 1 introduction quiz. So now we can go back. We'll just go in real quick and do all of the quizzes here. So we'll go, oops. Midterm, week 2 quiz. So I'm going to open, I like to do this because I'm going to actually pop this one out because I'll just close it up when I'm done. So I'm going to open each of these quizzes in a new tab. And the mid syllabus quiz, I'm not doing anything with yet because I didn't see it in there. And the midterm, I'm going to leave for now. So I'm going to go over here and edit each of these quizzes because I've got the directions set up in my you know, to paste in. So if I do that now, I can go in right now and do Control V, Control V, Control V, Control V. Since we imported these, I have to go in and set this part up. Generally, I have something set up in the course that I can then use as kind of a setup for other quizzes, but we imported these in. And frankly, I'd rather set this part up than have to go in and add questions. So now I'm going to go down and give it a 60 minutes and allow multiple attempts and undo that. And this is chapter week 2 quiz. So I'm going to open up this. So week 2 quiz is, well, I probably have this wrong again. Okay, so do week 2 is the 16th. I think I did that wrong on the first one. We'll look at it. And there we go. There's week 2. What did I set week 1 quiz as? December 16th. Edit. We make that December 9th. Okay. So week 3, time limit, 60 points. See that. Set the due date to week 3, which would be the 23rd. Okay. Now I'm going to pause while I finish up these others. Now I have all of the quizzes kind of gone through and saved. So we're going to go back over to assignments. We're going to look at what we got going over there. So this, we're going to move down to quizzes because we don't know if she wants to do anything with that or not, and it's not published. So chapter outlines. So the last thing I want to kind of show about this particular setting these courses up is that I can, now that I have the chapter outline set up, I can now go ahead and duplicate it. And edit it and make it a chapter 2 outline. I remove the word copy and change the date to the next week. Except for chapter 2 outline is in week 3, not in week 2. So I got to go back and change that, save that. And this one is really due chapter 1 outline if you edit it. So this is the really cool part about Canvas in the assignment section. If you're just making changes to points and dates and titles, then this is a great place to do that. So notice it says week 2, the role of policy due blah, blah, blah. And this just says due January 23rd at 11:59 p.m. After we get all these built, we have to go actually input them into the modules. It's not in the modules now, but this is a really quick way to get, what, 14 assignments done quickly. So I'm going to do edit and kill the word copy, change this to 3, and add the next date. And actually you can publish it here or when you save it. So I'm going to duplicate again, edit it, chapter 4, and move it to the next week, the 6th. And with this, I'm going to pause again while I finish running through this group of getting these chapter outlines set up. Okay, now all the chapter outlines are done, and it's good to scan and make sure you haven't left the word copy on the bottom, and just to see that the numbers do progress. 7 days, 20, 27, March 6th, 13th, 20, 27, 3, 10, 17. So this whole group has the chapter outlines in it. So I do not see this article review in there. So we'll probably turn that into this local government meeting assignment due on week 8. So let's go up and see what it says about the local government assignment up here. And also it might be good to see if we can find it in so oral presentations, 15, online modules, 20. Who knows what the heck that means? Let's go up here and look at carefully at the, so there's chapter outlines. Those are worth 15%. A brief reflection, blah, blah, blah. So as part of the module, students are required to attend a local government meeting and provide a report. Meetings may include city councils, blah, blah, blah. Students are required to submit a black copy of the meeting agenda, a photograph of the meeting, and a reflection of the experience. Details will be posted in Blackboard. Well, obviously, we need to go to Blackboard and see if we can't find some good local government. Okay, here's the directions for this. And she says week 4, but it looks like in the current semester she's intending that to be done in week 8. So we're going to take this article review and edit it. We're going to call it we're going to paste in the directions from the other course. And then we're going to go up here where we saw this little bit of a description of this up here. We're going to, okay, well, we're going to copy this and put that up in the introduction. Okay, so I gotta hit enter. Nope, I'm not even gonna put the introduction in there. I'm just gonna leave that as is. And that we're gonna leave at 1 point as well because we had 14 chapters, did we? Plus this assignment would make it, oh wait, online modules, I don't know. Maybe it's worth 20 points. It might be worth 20 points. Let's see what they're saying. 10% for that and 20%. Okay, so we're going to give this 20 points. She may come back and change this. This is not particularly clear in my opinion, what she's actually going to be doing with this. So we'll set it up the best we can. And this is due week 8 and week 8, and this is week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Done. Okay. And this goes in the assignments category. It's points. File upload. We're going to say yes, so that the options are no submission, and sometimes that will be true, or online, and that's what this is with the file upload. And it could also be a text entry box if you just want to respond to something so you can give them credit for it, or a website URL. This is all Canvas stuff. And submission, if you turn this in and you want to update it, and it allows unlimited times to submit. This does not have particularly, I'm not including plagiarism review for this, but the instructor may want to do that. There's no peer reviews. Don't use that too much. So there's this assignment. Oh, and it's still called article review, so need to go back here and include, what did they call it over here in Blackboard? Local government meeting reflection. Okay. And, oh, there is a little introduction. Why didn't I see that before? Then we will go back over here to the syllabus, and we will pull we'll pull this part right here for this assignment. We'll paste it here, and then we'll kind of edit it. For this assignment, students will be required, and it looks like it's kind of not doing that formatting thing. And there's an extra space there I'm going to get rid of because this has space above. So this is that assignment, and we're going to save it because we're not even exactly sure what the heck. So there is a discussion board, so we'll need to add that so we can go to discussions. And we will find discussion board. We'll open up this one because this has got a template on it. And we'll add these. Copy. Edit. Sorry. Okay, so I'm going to paste this in here. Paste. Follow a current U.S. health policy or provide weekly update on the discussion board with links to relevant articles, web pages, and okay, so this right here so we're going to get rid of this right here and just say post an initial we're going to actually go move this down to here this time, and we're going to hit enter. This is a 1. Follow a current U.S. health throughout the semester. Provide weekly update to the discussion board with links. Post. And then I'm going to get rid of all of that. Post by Saturday of each week, Pacific time each week. And this will be this one right here. We're going to do that, that, and this needs to go like, oops, enter, and that goes back, bold. And I'm going to actually indent these two. Follow current, provide weekly updates, provide weekly comments on discussions, post by 11:59 each week. That probably does it. It allows threads graded. And this I'm actually going to make due at the end of the semester. Because this is going to be worth 10 points in my opinion. And if the instructor doesn't like that, I think the last week of the semester is the 20th. I can change that if that's not right. Let me just look at, I'm gonna open up assignments in a new window so I can check that real quick. This one tells me this is the last week is April 17th is the last day of the semester. So what did I put down here? March. It's really April 17th. We'll make it due at the end of the semester. If she doesn't like it, she can change that. So I'm doing my best based on what I see in here, and I try to have it make some sense. Get rid of that space. Okay. Okay, so now We've got the discussion board. Now we need, it looks like, and we have the midterm, which we have to go out and put some directions in. The last thing we have is a cumulative paper and policy video. So we're gonna copy that, and we're gonna go out to assignments. Oh, let's go back. This is just discussion board question mark, and it really needs to be US discussion. Copy. I'm gonna make it discussion board colon and then control V. There we go. And actually that's going to go into every single, this exact one discussion board will show up in every module because it's going to, it's going to be a continuing discussion. So now I want to go back to assignments, and looks like I have one more assignment to create. And I'm going to just make a duplicate of this and call it cumulative paper and policy video. Paste, and it's due April, what do we say, 17th. And then I have to actually get in there. Okay, so this is basically, this is, will be following a current health policy. Oh wait, no. So it looks kind of like this is a continuation of that other thing. So this actually, we will actually paste that there. And then we're going to take these directions and we're going to copy them. And I'm going to pause. Okay, so for this one right here, oh, and I actually kind of went a little further with this video than I wanted to. So we're going to look at these directions. Follow current health policy. Be prepared to provide an update on your topic weekly or anytime. And then this is paper must include. So a literature review, analysis, relevance to community health, blah, 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 10 pages. And then we'll indent that because the final one is policy will be presented by uploading video to Canvas. Video may be a maximum of 10 minutes long, PowerPoint or equivalent. So I'm going to change these directions. I'm going to say prepare a video, a policy video about the policy prepare a maximum 10-minute long video using PowerPoint or, okay. I'm going to hit enter. Okay, prepare a maximum 10-minute long video. What does this video got to do? Okay. Now I try to take the directions directly from wherever the directions are. In fact, I probably should look over in Blackboard and see if there is directions. Follow the literature, blah, 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 policy message. Okay, so upload video here. Okay, cumulative paper 30. So we're going to make this 30. And we probably should include a plagiarism review, turn it in. We'll add that. Let them show the report to students, and this is due April 17th as well at the end of the semester. Okay, so I'm gonna let this stand as it is. When I write instructions, the instructors a lot of times will write the instructions and not really realize that they don't make sense. So I try to at least think, if I were a student, would I know what to do here? And anyway, so that's what I've done here with this preparing a video part. So I'm gonna go ahead and save that. And now I think I have all of, there's probably needs to be a rubric here, but I'm not gonna include that yet because I don't think there was a rubric in Blackboard. So we can look and see if there's any rubrics. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and pause this for a minute while I think about what to say next in this video. Okay, I'm going to do one more thing in this video and then close out and think about the next steps that I would take. So basically, I'm going to pull all of those assignments I just created into the right weeks. So we know in week 1, there's just the quiz, and in week 2, there's the quiz, but we also know the chapter outline starts there. So then we also want to introduce in week 1, we want to add the discussion that we created because we're supposed to start doing that every week. And we can add that. And so we'll kind of put it like that. Discussion board, US health policy or advocacy, and introduction quiz. So she may or may want to start it in week 1, but we'll go ahead and put it week 1 because she doesn't say not to. So I'm going to add that discussion board in each of these real quick because it leaves it open and I can just add it real quick to each week. Oops, since there's 2, I'll move it down here. Then we'll add it to this one. And then pause while I finish this up. Okay, so in the meantime, I've gone ahead and I've started organizing these and adding the chapter outlines. I added after I added the discussion board, I started adding the chapter outlines. So week 5 has a chapter outline for chapter 4 and has a week 5 quiz. Week 6, chapter outline. We'll leave the discussion board in, and then week 6, discussion questions. Week 7, we added the chapter 6 outline, which I like to put, I'm going to put the outline and then the discussion board. Week 8 has the chapter 7 and the local government. So I'm going to add the chapter 7 outline. And it'll go up here, the local government reflection, plus the discussion board that's in every one. Oh. Yeah, so, okay. week 9 is the chapter 8 outline. It goes up here. Chapter 10 is the chapter 9 outline. Gosh, when I do this stuff, I get confused. So week 11 has got the chapter outline for chapter 10. And of course, it's the next one there. It also has the midterm and the discussion questions. So those are all chapter 10 outline. Really? Why did it say? That's April 17th, got it. Okay, so week 13, which is the health quality, is chapter 11 outline. That above the discussion. Week 14 has got the chapter 12 outline. Week 15, 13 outline. And week 16 has the chapter 14 outline. And it also has the cumulative project reviews. So that'll be up here. Up here, and there you go. This pretty much outlines the whole course. So now I might have gone out and just created these names and then come back and build them later. But if you're going to build one chapter outline, you might as well just duplicate it. And that's why I ended up doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and stop recording. This is the end of organizing modules and setting up assignments.